DreamHack Masters Malmö is brought to you by Aces ROG, HyperX, and Monster Energy.
Fortunately, they can frag better than they can paint. Na'Vi take on the Renegades for one spot here in Group B of DreamHack Masters Malmö, Day 3. Bit of poetry to start off your day, and now we're going to be jumping into the nitty and the gritty. I'm a bit more of the gritty. My name is Machine, and I'm joined by some beautiful humans. We have, of course, Vendetta, Pimp, and YNK guiding you through how this game is going to go. It's all best of threes, so the cutthroat best of ones are long gone. And now we have a lot of fun. Will this be simple for Na'Vi? They have got him back on the main AWP, and we have, of course, waved goodbye to Guardian. On the other side of things, Renegades sent VP home. The Polar Bears had their, I was going to say their tail between their legs, but Polar Bears' tails can't even reach their legs. It's like a little, what does a Polar Bear tail look like? Asking the real question.
You're going to get tweeted a lot of
Polar Bear butts.
Polar bear butts.
Yeah. Tweet me your Polar Bear butts. This is where Taz is just going to take that far too literally, and I'll get a booty pic. All right, gents, let's kind of understand this one. Let's kind of break this one down. Surely, I love this word at the moment. I love it. And so do you, Yanko. Surely this should be an open and shut case, right? I mean, this is... Renegades caused an upset, but I think we kind of highlighted in our post-match that was Virtus.pro's shortcomings alongside some okay play.
Yes, but Na'Vi has shortcomings of their own at the moment, right? They just brought back Zeus as the in-game leader, and we always talk about the slow and methodical style that he likes to run, and that takes time for players to get used to playing back in that system, even though, you know, all of them besides Simple played with him before in the same type of a system. So I think that's one of the things. Their map pool is going to be shaky. All those things. The team is at the moment very much reliant on Simple, and perhaps Flamey stepping up with some individual performances of his own. So openings are there for Renegades. Obviously, a lot of things need to, you know, go right for them in order for this game to be competitive. But we've seen stranger things happen.
Certainly have, and I haven't seen Stranger Things. Need to watch that at some point as well.
Me neither.
16-3 was their attempt versus Astralis. However, you know, we haven't seen that much of Renegades. You remember, it has just been 2 best of ones. We haven't got the luxury of seeing them in a best of 3. Na'Vi, we have, though. We saw them versus none other than the Danes. Now, Pimp, what did you make of that one? I know there was a lot of praise towards the Danes at the end of that Astralis game, but on the other side of the coin, you did have Na'Vi fall to the lower.
Yeah, I think like there was Astralis just being Astralis, you know, and that doesn't leave much room to Na'Vi to actually show us what they got. I think Na'Vi is a work in progress. I think Zeus is, as everyone is saying, it's a great addition to this team, and it's a great guy to have to kind of like hold Simple in a line, and young guys like Flamey as well. But I still think it takes time. Renegades is a great matchup for them, you know, because they get some confidence going now, most likely, especially for Simple. Like there's nothing that Simple loves more than going in against a team like Renegades and just run around and do simple things, you know. So I think it's going to be a very great confidence booster for Na'Vi, and then we'll see when they eventually will move on to the playoff after this game how good they actually are.
And I like that. Let's just pull it on the Simple thread for a moment. You can see, of course, the youngster alongside him is Flamey on your screens now. But Halvor, running around and doing simple things isn't simple. It's not easy to do, right? I mean, this is something that very few players can do.
There's probably like 5 players in the world who can do that on a semi-consistent basis.
But can you walk us through like why it is that is a viable method to approach games?
I don't think it is.
Try.
Okay, I'll do my best.
Well,
okay, you know, so when you have, you know, if you want to be cheesy about it and say, you know, generational talents, even though it's not, I guess generations are a bit shorter within the span of esports.
Yeah.
But even so, when you have these kind of very unique players, they just have, you know, a certain set of abilities or skills, if you like to quote Liam Neeson. Exactly. That just are incredibly tough to deal with. And that's the case for Simple, guys like Nico, Coldzera. The fact that they can take that extra step and do the extra ridiculous.
You can also say they can find you.
And they will.
And they will.
And they will, yeah, exactly. And that it is actually, yeah, he is pretty much Liam Neeson from Taken.
Yeah.
And that's all you need to know. That's pretty much all the justification is. And you see, like, again, we talk about how, you know, the best teams in the world, the best players in the world, they oftentimes find themselves in a situation where they just have more luck than others, it seems like. But, you know, good people kind of make their own luck, and well, I think that's the case for Simple as well.
Well, I mean, with that style, similar to Taken, it should only really work once, not 4 times, because it just gets boring and repetitive and
But you still find yourself watching it.
I definitely not.
What, really?
When I realized that this goddamn daughter had still managed to be taken the 4th time, I was like, this girl just needs to, you know, learn how to be alive, you know, just like sit and play Counter-Strike.
Then 24 is not the show for you.
Yeah,
at least not the first season.
The same thing, just
probably not the 7th either. Like.
Excuse me.
But yeah, no, it is something unique about Simple's approach. I don't think it's necessarily a viable approach to becoming the best team in the world. I don't think you can ever become the best team in the world based everything off of, you know, one guy being just that good. Again, it has to come from a team point of view,
sure,
or from a team aspect, and that's something that they're going to get better at with Zeus behind the wheels.
Can we resurface the C's conversation as well? New faces both here on the desk, but also in the chat. And actually, Jacob, I'm going to throw this one to you. A player that is no secret, was removed or put on the bench for a moment and then returning to the active roster. These are all players he's played with and likely has a lot of, you know, personal relationships with everyone. To be removed and to return is a discussion in itself, right?
Yeah, and you often see players actually benefit from that. You saw Sypnix in TSM back in the days. Like, he was this close to the cutting blood. There was actually already a deal in place with AC to replace him. And they told Sypnix, either you step up or it's out of the door, you know. And what Sypnix did was he became the best support player in the game, you know, and probably the best support player the game has ever seen. So there's cases that shows that could work out well for them. I think what Zeus is more like he needs to find back in his own role, you know, because he's been everywhere. He's been the in-game leader, he's been the support player, he's been pretty much everything. He's been the secondary orb as well at some point. Like, he tried everything and nothing really worked out perfect for him.
Sure.
So it's a question of does he have the mental fortitude to actually get back into his role, and can he actually do it to the level that he did before?
I think it's a little bit of a different scenario from Sypnix, though, because Sypnix never actually got benched, and I think that does take a hit on you because
not officially.
Not officially, you know, and I know how close those like that move actually was to coming to fruition. But in Zeus' scenario, it's literally a case of, well, our other plan didn't quite work out, so I guess we kind of just have to deal with you. And that doesn't instill a lot of confidence. I guess the one benefit in all of this scenario, or in this case for Zeus, is the fact that he's going to get back to a more familiar role than what he's had for the better part of a year. And obviously that's where he thrived. That's where he became a staple part of this Na'Vi lineup. So that, you know, if you want to test his mental strength and mental fortitude, that's where he's going to have to find his motivation. The fact that now it's going back to old territory where he can actually feel somewhat comfortable, because there's no doubt he hasn't been anywhere near the same kind of player he used to.
Yeah, I mean, we're crossing our fingers and toes. We get to see old look Na'Vi. Zeus is a crucial component of that. Yeah. And crossing their fingers for a whole different reason is Renegades. They're looking to cause quite the stir here in this best of 3. Now, you have 3 Australians, Ustilo, Azza, JKS, alongside the young American ex-console competitive COD player, Nifty. Alongside, there he is, the new face, the new chip off the old block. It is Jay's Walking.
So ghetto.
What I just well, not only is he called Jay-Z, and that's fun for the casters and the analyst desks alike. It's also not necessarily got too much of a history attached to him himself.
No, to me, Renegades is one of the most annoying teams I can watch, you know, and that's from like past experience with them, you know. There has always been so much potential in Renegades. They're always shown in practice, especially when I was in NA, that they're a good team and they're skilled players, but they never make results. And why I find it hard to actually locate it, why exactly that is, you know, because there's so much potential in this team. You mentioned players like Ustilo, you know, he came out of nowhere and he's a pretty good CS player. Same goes for JKS. Obviously, he's been the main guy for that roster ever since it was formed back when Chad was playing with them. Still, you know, there's so much potential on Renegades, and they show it in practice. And it puzzles me why they cannot put it into a game, you know, and actually go far in a tournament and
if it's annoying for you, imagine how annoying it is for them. You know, we can do this. We've got potential. You know, the frustration is palpable when you talk to Chad or you talk to any of the players. Like, just well aware and kind of rinse and repeat. We know we've got, what we're capable of, and doesn't necessarily always realize that potential. Now, the question to you, Janko, is you have the lovely job of thinking out loud regarding maps. Na'Vi versus Renegades. I imagine Na'Vi are where most of your knowledge is going to be dropped.
Yeah, this is where it gets a bit tricky for Na'Vi, even with their map pool right now, because they've shown that they like to play a lot of overpass, but they've lost with this lineup like 4 or 5 times already, and that would be their best pick probably against Renegades, but maybe they're uncomfortable on it right now, and maybe they go for train instead, which is something that they've been better on, but I think that's going to suit Renegades much more as well. I actually talking to Kassad, he would actually love it if Na'Vi would pick train. He doesn't have a lot of confidence in their overpass. Cobble is more or less a no-brainer for Renegades, one of their best maps. We've been talking ever since Zeus was removed from the lineup, how Cobblestone for Na'Vi became from one of their best maps to one of their worst maps. So you see that Na'Vi does decide to go for train over like an overpass or a Mirage. They decide to actually even veto out Mirage themselves and leave Nuke in as a third map, which is, I think, something that Renegades like as well. They've had some success on the map, haven't practiced it that much lately, but I'm sure they prefer playing Nuke over Mirage against a team like Na'Vi.
But I actually think Renegades have to be super happy about this veto for multiple reasons. You mentioned the fact that Na'Vi have to remove cash, not only because Renegades are really good at it, but because Na'Vi don't really play it, allows them to get a Cobble that I haven't seen. Well, obviously we haven't seen a lot of new Na'Vi, but it's like you mentioned, since Zeus left, a very impressive Na'Vi on that map. So I feel like that's a great opportunity for Renegades.
Impressive, unimpressive?
No, I haven't seen an impressive version of Na'Vi on Cobble at all. So Renegades on train as well. I feel like that's more of a bit of a toss-up for me. I actually wouldn't mind them seeing them play even Mirage on it. Like in NA, at least, okay, a bit of a different level necessarily, you know, throughout the course of a season. They have been very good on a map like Mirage. Like, they do bring it to really, really good teams, even in the North American region. So I think they would have been okay with playing that as well. But overall, I think it's 3 fairly decent maps for them because, again, seeing Na'Vi play Nuke, that just feels weird to me. I can't say that they're going to be a staple team on it, especially now with lineup changes as well. That doesn't necessarily build a lot of stability around your consistency for you. So for a team that already has a shaky past on that map, I think Renegades are perfectly fine going into it as a decider. As
soon as that veto finished as well, Jacob, I just saw a kind of nod of like, I agree, that veto does actually not look bad for Renegades. I'll let you think out loud as we do continue to bring up that featured matchup, but just briefly telling you why it is, of course, going to be once again the young gun Simple versus the guns of Azza. Now, he's been a player that a lot of people have kind of touted to be one alongside JKS to perhaps be on the North American team shopping list. However, he finds himself still wearing that Renegades jersey and still, on occasions, showing just how scary he can be in that server.
Yeah, I think, as Vanessa said, it's pretty much a perfect veto for Renegades. They could have hoped for Cash to be in there, but obviously Na'Vi doesn't.
That's
Cash,
yeah, that's not going to happen.
That's not going to happen, you know. And when Cash is out, those are probably the 3 best maps they could have hoped for. I'm surprised that Na'Vi didn't go and opt to play Mirage. And I don't like. Has that anything to do with the Astralis showing yesterday? Because Renegades is not that scary on Mirage, and Renegades used to be pretty scary on Nuke. At least when I was playing in NA. Maybe I just like think from practice as well, because we did get stumped by Renegades.
Were they annoying, Jacob?
They were annoying, and like I was close to traveling home because of them, right? But they were like so annoying, and Nuke is also a map that like it offers you to be aggressive, you know, go inside hot with an AVP. We saw counters the time, being aggressive on yard, being aggressive on ramp. Like there's a lot of wiggle room on Nuke, so I'm surprised that now we allowed Nuke to be the decider map.
I mean, to be fair, there's a lot of wiggle room on Mirage as well. I mean, Renegades actually play like a kind of weird way of having, or at least they approach the CT side in a kind of a weird way, especially Ustilo, how he plays that A-bomb side can be very volatile. Like he likes to play close up on A-pit ramp, for instance, a lot of the time, go for aggressive pushes to get information. Oftentimes it doesn't seem like it's as well connected as with what the rest of the 4 other players on the team is doing at times, and that can lead to very awkward situations for Renegades where CT sides get out of control and they lose heavily, but it can also be massively beneficial for them where you actually see Renegades really bring it to super solid Mirage teams, which is why I wouldn't necessarily be super terrified for Renegades in that sense if they end up playing Na'Vi on that map, but no, it's true what you said. Yeah, get Nuke instead, and again, not a bad choice for Renegades at all.
Cool. Now, Janko, it is time to try and reveal how much faith and how much stock you're putting in this Renegades discussion. Is it all black and yellow for you?
Not necessarily.
Okay, give us those reasons.
I mean, here with Na'Vi, obviously Na'Vi is the big favorite in this matchup, and it would be a huge surprise if Renegades pull out an upset. But I will give you 3 reasons why Renegades do have a chance in this particular matchup. Reason number 1 is the shaky map pool from Na'Vi. We've just seen it in the map veto that they don't have that many strong maps right now where you would give them a clear win, and because of the way the matchup against Renegades works, we saw that Renegades actually got 3 maps that they're going to be very satisfied with and perhaps even slightly favored on a map like Cobblestone. The second reason is that JKS, Azar and Nifty can do real damage individually. We saw it in the game against Virtus Pro. Azar with some great entry frags, he was doing everything, good in clutches as well. Nifty, we've seen some of his highlights. Yes, he can be volatile, yes, he can be inconsistent, but when he's on point, he can be very, very flashy. And JKS, obviously, a player who's been for a very long time rumors that someone's gonna pick him up, right, that he's going to go to a Cloud9 or a Liquid or an Optic, a very good all-around player, very common and very, very intelligent. And the third reason is the fact that Kassad can help the team a lot more now with the change in the coaching rule here at DreamHack Masters. Malmö, they always had a problem with leadership. They don't have a clear in-game leader. Okay, right now it is Nifty, but he's pretty inexperienced. And Kassad being able to call for them in freeze time and give them a few pointers is going to mean a lot, especially against a team like Na'Vi, who is relying a lot on Simple at the moment and his individual plays. And I would like to see Renegades start off with a lot of set pieces, with a lot of executes to negate what Simple individually can do to stop them.
Oof. And suddenly my prediction becomes a little bit more difficult. Kassad, I hadn't even considered that as a factor, but he has. I mean, he is a very vital voice for Renegades, especially since the structure hasn't always been so easily found. Yanko's making my job difficult and our job, because it is prediction time, guys. It's that time of the segment.
Do you want to start it off?
I haven't done that before, you're right.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, I hate this. I
know.
It's such a horrible job. So yes, Renegades have a chance, and I don't doubt that. And I haven't really taken an out there prediction yet. Have you got Chad? I always want to know.
We have Chad's, and Chad's actually, completely unbiased, gone for a 2-1 victory for Renegades.
If anything, Alex, it's proof that when you talk about something with confidence, you can make people believe in any type of bullshit.
Yeah, just look.
Me and Conor McGregor are the best examples for that.
Yeah. Okay.
Now he's kind of sold you on the fact that he doesn't believe in anything he just said.
Okay.
So do you still have faith in Renegades?
You go. I'll make my prediction last, and then you'll see.
That's fine. I'd like that. I think I'm gonna probably have to go and say, for some odd reason, I see Renegades causing a ridiculous upset here.
Okay, so 2-1.
Yes,
2-0.
I'll give Na'Vi a map. I'm gonna actually go with the Banditos.
Banditos 2-1.
Okay.
All right.
Now this is where, however, I'm looking at you and I'm saying, come to the dark side.
Yeah, and I'm just sitting on the bright side laughing. Yeah.
Okay.
Even though we've talked, said a lot of nice words about Renegades, and for good reason. I mean, there is a viable chance for Renegades to do some damage here. Again, I'm going to follow the same logic that didn't work at all yesterday, and that is that there's more quality on the side of Na'Vi to the point where they shouldn't be able to lose to Renegades, at least not in a best of 3. I tried that with VP, that fell flat pretty hard, but with Na'Vi, I think that is the case to be true, and I'm going to side with Na'Vi as well. For me, I'm just really worried about that Cobble pick, so I'm up in the air about they're not just going to be 2-0 or 2-1, but I'm actually going to go all aboard on the Na'Vi train and say 2-0.
2-0 to Na'Vi then from Halvor. Jacob, you've had plenty of time to think. You've heard all the sides of the story.
Yeah, I have no doubt that Na'Vi is gonna win this 2-0. Like the only thing I've seen from Renegades was beating VP, and the state VP are in right now. I think the 4 of us could put up a great match against them. So
he's been playing matchmaking.
He's been playing matchmaking. I saw him play matchmaking yesterday, and me and Chat DM'd it this morning. So we have a chance, but it's like Na'Vi are so much better. Na'Vi with Zeus, he's not gonna let this slip out. Like Na'Vi needs a great start with this lineup. Zeus come in as a major winner. They're not gonna go out in group stage to Renegades. It's gonna be a clear 2-0 for now.
Clear 2-0. So now I'm just quaking in my boots. And how is anyone going to be joining me?
Oh, have you sold him? Well, that's the
Well, you guys have been playing Counter-Strike. I've been drinking some Kool-Aid, so I'm going for 2-1 Renegades.
Holy
yes,
damn.
not alone.
All right.
The Renegades jersey. I think you know what. This isn't the most. It's probably one of the most exciting battles for the analysis prediction trophy we've had so far in this 3-day event.
This could really stir things up. I like this.
Yeah, I'm just going to put his hands up. This is the green fist. This is us, me and Yanko. And you guys can be this little pink pointer. And it doesn't stand up anymore, by the way. I've just completely sabotaged the trophy.
Yeah.
Okay, with all of that said, guys, it sounds like they're getting ready for that knife round, so we're going to get the casters involved as well. It seems like, yeah, we've been sipping some mad Kool-Aid, some Renegade Kool-Aid, or maybe we just want a trip to Australia. Let's have a look what the casters are saying. They are still getting their bums in their seats. I'm intrigued. Anyone else want to come and hang out with us?
Australia. You go to the USA where they play.
Yeah, I know, but I've never been to Australia. One day.
One day, I'm sure.
We were there. It was nice.
I'm not sure I'm getting on this hype train just yet. I think it's 2-0 Na'Vi. Cobblestone definitely going to be interesting for them. They've never really impressed me in that in the last few months. So that's definitely a map where Renegades maybe pull one back, but I still think...
Do you know how I know Pimp is a pro?
Oh, here we go.
Because he called out Virtus Pro in a way that wasn't politically incorrect. He just said we could beat them right now as 5. That's much better than the way that I did it, I think.
How did you do it again?
Ask Dazed. You know.
Well, there we go.
So, gents,
exciting times.
Yeah, we are seeing them still cutting, and so just to extend this discussion slightly further,
Yeah.
I'm kind of intrigued to know what you make of this nifty talent. I never get to hear the casters, like that's more of a desk segment question, but we never get to hear you guys jump in on it. I'm looking at you, Matt. I mean, Nifty's kind of a cool story, right? You're a COD boy back in the day.
Yeah, no, awesome. I love to see the transition. I mean, there's lots of them around, more than people realize. Look, I haven't seen them enough personally in the server while casting. I've seen some highlight clips and whatnot, but it's easy to isolate incidents that make anyone look amazing. I'm sure I could make a highlight clip that makes me look good, if you know what I mean. It's very easy to create that stuff.
Yeah,
all right, listen, let me paint the picture.
You do have editing
right?
skills, Matt, but come on.
All right, listen, you get the point. So I'm not 100% behind him. I'm good to see him having more of a breakout and getting more consistently into those results. So that's exciting for me nonetheless. But yeah, I'm not fully there yet, I think.
And then on the other side of things is the new blood. I know that Jay's Walkings has got a lot of doubt, or at least from the desk side of things. I imagine the casting desk is similar, Henry.
Yeah, absolutely. Doesn't have a lot of experience coming from the Fnatic Academy. Obviously, Golden's made his way towards the actual Fnatic squad. Jay-Z finds himself here. Not a player I'm not familiar with, but I haven't heard amazing things about him, if I'm honest. So not too excited for that prospect, but I'm happy to be proven wrong, Alex.
Have you decided you're going to be calling him Jay-Z? Have you guys had a chat?
What am I supposed to say?
Him Jay-Z.
What are you supposed to call him?
JZ.
Do you want to know a fun fact about nicknames and rap stars?
Go on.
I had a dog called Fritz. We called him Fritty Cent. Now I have Jaden. I call her Jay-Z. So every dog will have a rap name.
So why don't we just call Jay's Walkings
Jay-Z?
Jaden?
I don't like it. I don't like it. Let's just call him Jay. There we go. Jay is going to be joining them alongside Nifty in the gang.
Is that wait? Is that just the letter J or J-A-Y?
I think it's whatever
up
you
to you.
fancy, Matt. It's,
Creative freedom.
You choose. All right, guys, it's going to be
Oh,
big.
all right.
It seems like the analysis and the casters are a little split. Renegades and Na'Vi are about to clash in a best of 3, and it is, of course, Henry and Sado to guide you through.
Well, I'm Canadian. I'd spell it J-E-H.
Okay.
J.
Good. Well, I'm glad we cleared that up. That was something that was on my mind. We are saying Jay-Z though, maybe. Just
I'm going to go with Jay-Z. That's way more badass.
Jay-Z Walkings. Yeah, I haven't heard that much about him, but the stuff I have heard, not that positive. So we'll see what happens. I'm always
skeptical.
Yeah.
Already.
You know,
Not
like,
even in the game.
Like, sure, like they're up against Na'Vi on Cobblestone, which is like notoriously like a poor map for Na'Vi. Like their city side especially has always looked pretty ropey. But now they've got Simple, Orping, and up against this sort of opposition, I feel like they'll be coming out swinging. But I feel like Renegades could get a map in this best of 3. I'm going to be quietly hopeful in that respect. I still think Na'Vi walk away with the series overall, but we'll see. Hopefully it's a good game, Matt. Everyone has a lot of fun, and we can bring a good cast.
That's the biggest question of all of it, I think.
Yeah, that's the biggest question mark.
I don't know if that's going to happen, to be honest with you.
Well, we'll find out.
Vacation was pretty good. We'll get the minds back into it eventually. It is the first time that you and I have seen Renegades since the minor. For the first time.
Right. Obviously, well, Nifty was playing then. Jay-Z wasn't.
Was not. No, that's correct.
But still with the core of Yustilo, Azza, and JKS. Now Kassar can get more involved with the calling as well. I know it's been a bit of a frustration for him. He wants to be there, getting stuck in, telling them what to do. They lack a real in-game leader. I think it's Nifty that does it right now. But as we pointed out, hardly an experienced player in that respect. So he's probably just doing it out of necessity right now. So Kassar trying to help them out. And they did take down Virtus Pro, but we all know that can mean a lot or not very much at all. So we'll see what happens here as we enter round number 1. It will be Renegades starting on the T side. Take from that what you will. 3 sets of armor so far. Make it 4 as Jay-Z joins in as well. Be Nifty with 1 smoke, 2 flashbangs, a decoy for Azza, 5 sets of Kevlar for Na'Vi. No defuse kits, of course. And we'll go into an aggressive play from Simple. Goes towards long A, trying to replicate some of the fur form we saw earlier, but doesn't land the shot just yet.
Tries. Really shots in out toward long. No success in doing so, but Flamey's done much better off. Flamey's done an incredible job. 4 down inside of middle. All in his hands. Headshots, the body shots, doesn't matter. They're all effective in the end as Simple closes it, wrapping back from long to a mid to catch off Azure. Great start by Flamey.
Oh, it's just perfect, isn't it? They're going very quickly towards long, push Simple back. Seemed like they had control of middle. Flamey, though, holding the corner. Just pops those heads one by one, looking very comfortable there. That one was the body shot, the low HP player, but that was round done. Azure was waiting towards the drop-down area. Gets 1 kill, but that's all they'll get. No bomb, of course, and a force buy here on the Australian side. Deagles PT50s. Tech 9 available for you still out. They have got a couple of smokes to work with them. I'll go towards long A once again, trying to isolate. There's like Simple and Zeus. But now Simple holding strong towards mid with the FAMAS. And Zeus with the UMP. Takes a little bit of damage, down to 68, but he has inflicted damage himself towards Ustillo and Nifty. So I think there's 1 smoke that we've got for Renegades remaining. That'll be chucked towards connector, flash over. Hope you can at least get a bomb down here. That's looking like a difficult prospect already.
Good shot, Simple. Patience finds JZ. Canadian version of JZ. Which means he's probably also white. JKS takes down Simple. Good response, at least with the pistol, to get 1 kill as he got a little bit overzealous and pushed out quite a ways. He's still with the lead. They'll finally go back. Edward to hold off his teammate's body so that they can't get the gun and go back toward long on the T side lineup for Zeus. Get 1 shot already in, but JKS immediately responds. Edward does get Azler. It's going to be just Nifty with a UMP picked up with JKS to work with, but he's the only one with a gun. He needs to find 1 or 2 kills. He's going to find 1 surely. Taps away. Smart discipline to go back to the tap, but only on 8 HP. He's lost his teammate. That's the spell of disaster because no chance to upset the round. Na'Vi go up 2-0.
Not the most comfortable of rounds there from Na'Vi, but they get the round on the board. That's the main point. We'll see whether they can hold off for the 3-0. Very likely they do. Edward brings out the MP9. A couple more SMGs here just to farm some cash. And Renegades, no bomb planted off that a force buy as well. Probably can't get the AWP out for some time. Nifty, the AWP for the team, $2,300. Might be able to squeeze out a glass cannon just about. He can find a kill. We'll see if that comes in. Simple, aggressive, of course, towards middle. Zeus as well. Looking to find some frags here. Unarmed opponents ahead of him. Gets 2. Current major champion, Zeus. Looking to set up Simple for the alley-oop, but he gets headshot in the process. Now a couple of frags in favor of Renegades. 3-on-3 now. They've managed to recover a FAMAS and an MP9.
Edward. Pushing with the MP9 does spot the shoulder view still up. But if he gets tunneled in on him, Nifty could have slipped into support and caused a problem, I guess you could say, with both pistols aiming that direction, but he makes short work of it. JKS, meanwhile, though, 4 kills in the round, is facing a 1-on-1, having picked up the FAMAS. An ace to win the round. In a round they had nothing to work with. If JKS pulls this off, incredible work, and gives Renegades a really good chance to stop the momentum and switch the fate already.
Problem is, bomb is down. JKS with the FAMAS Shaw's got a smoke to work with. A look at this positioning from Flamey. It's so perfect. How do you best him here? It has to come down to some sort of timing where Flamey not watching a certain position. JKS now hoping he's almost gifted this round. Done a very good job so far. You're absolutely right. 4 kills, looking for the ace clutch, but time ticking away now. Needs to be careful. He won't have time to plant that bomb if he waits any longer.
No,
I don't think he does right now, even if he gets the bomb.
Oh, how's he? Okay, I was going to say, how's he gotten by Flamey? But he's just barely wide enough of the rock to see him.
No real need for those pushes when you know up against blocks and armor. Na'Vi showing a little bit of sloppiness there, but the money's absolutely fine. Here's JKS. At least giving us a sign of what's to come. He is, I would say, undoubtedly the best player within Renegades, especially when it comes to clutch potential as well. Always been up there in the frag charts, but we go into the first round. Simple on the AWP, of course, if you are not familiar with the changes to Na'Vi recently. Where have you been? The Guardian has now gone, and now Simple takes over the full-time AWP role. And Zeus returns to be in-game leader after winning the major with Gambits. AWP helping Nifty. Yeah, we'll stop in middle for now. Very default round. 3 players holding B halls for the Renegade side. JKS watching mid doors and Nifty just trying to find an opening pick. If any CTs decide to go aggressive, which is something we've discussed with Simple, Matt. We said it was always a bit of a question mark of him going to that full-time AWPing role because we know he can be a volatile player, maybe too aggressive at times, but for now, holding a very defensive line, not giving too much away. That's what you want from these opening gun rounds that can be so fragile.
It's very fragile. The economy brings to the game, makes things a little bit stressful at the start of the match. Zeus will back off from the window, Molotov thrown in at the bottom with the smoke already down the left. Let's see it now from Azur's perspective. Good shot though from Nifty to start it. AWP working well already. Flamey goes down.
Need more of that to convert this round to a victory. Good smoke from Edward, buys him a bit of time there. 35 seconds. JKS chimes in as well, finds Zeus towards long A. Now we've got the pincer with the 5-on-3 situation.
Zeus has to be aggressive on this peak. If he's not, they walk in and Edward's stuck against the wall. That opens up drop.
Well, they're going back towards A with the bomb. That's where Simple is. Arguably one of the best players in the world. They've got 20 seconds now. That bomb gets dropped. Round's over, but still 4-on-2. Surely they've got this.
Goes in, 1 versus 3 essentially in the site. Simple, good find, goes back out, down goes Nifty, 10 seconds. And Simple's aware of the time, backs off accordingly. JZ Walkings just gets taken down anyway, had no time to plant. Round was already done, seized it, halted inside of the connector. But Simple, what a performance.
Yeah, that's so sick by Simple. I'm not a big fan of that call from Renegades there. They get all the picks they need, and it's so obvious going back towards A-Rod. You hear all the footsteps, C's waiting by drop down. He can hear them all running across, and that time, they're not going to be faking anything at that stage. They come in towards Simple, and it's just perfect. Hitting those shots, left, right, and center. That's his bread and butter. That's what he does best with the AWP. And it's a big round for Renegades to give away. No bomb planted once again yet to get a plant in. That round was theirs, Matt. That was 5-on-3. It was done. Just had to go towards B, use the numbers. They played themselves. Why run towards A when you've got that sort of advantage with no time left?
Yeah, certainly not something that's recommended, especially because I have to say the sloppy setup inside of B would have been exploitable, given that Zeus was trying to rotate still behind the statue to support Edward, who was kind of stuck where he was against the wall. 1-0 start already in this round. Nifty down early. Pistols again for Renegades. Na'Vi looking to go 5-0 up. Remember Guardian days of Na'Vi. Getting 5 rounds on the CT side of Cobblestone was about the best they would achieve in an entire half, so great start. I have to say the Guardian era because he's the only one that's really changed. Other than when Simple replaced Zeus, and Zeus now back, so.
Oh, hello, Azza. Couple of frags here. Could find the third as well. There it is. Lovely shot to take down Simple. 4-on-2 now. They've had this advantage before. Need to capitalize this time. And Azza's going for the ace. 4 kills. What in God's name just happened?
This is the exact same as what JKS did, only this time Azza's got teammates to work with. Another gun picked up on pistols only that amounts to 4 kills. And it's Flamey, the last one alive again. But as mentioned, it's not a 1v1, and Flamey's going to have to concede. He's going to sit back, so very, very good job from Azza, only just to get down inside of the drop room, win a single frag, pick up the gun, and put it to work. Armor a slight difference, keep in mind, compared to the round in which JKS attempted to do a similar task. He gets shut down by Flamey, speaking of, but
they've
still,
actually
this is very good.
Managed to break the money of the CTs there as well. Nothing at all to welcome next round.
2 rounds that came down to 1 alive.
Yeah, exactly. And it's going to come back and haunt them there. It's a pistols. It's Azza that rises to the occasion. Flamey saves them 4, but Azza and co right back into this round. That's huge. Getting in towards the connector from drop down. Hitting the first couple of shots that were beautiful. Then Simple, he had the AWP. If he misses that first shot, it's over. Here's the replay right now. It's the CZ. Like we said, a more prominent weapon now since the Tech 9 nerf. This was the shot at the side of the round. Lovely stuff, and gets the 4th as well. Going to round number 6 has to be the force buy from the Na'Vi side. 1M4, CZs, Max 7s. You've got to win this round, Renegades. Such an opportunity to tie this one up.
Molotov down, Flamey. Sits and readies inside of the site. Good shot.
Oh, no.
Double spray down as he snaps it back over to you. Still, all the transfers lovely. Nifty walks out to the same fate. Flamey holds off, goes back in, gets 4 as well. That is incredible hold from Flamey.
What is going on in these rounds? This is not like Counter-Strike as it should be played. You shouldn't be having one player get 4 kills 3 rounds in a row. That's nuts. How has Flamey done that? He was looking pretty hot in the earlier rounds as well, but that's just stellar. Amazing stuff. 5-1. He brings Na'Vi right back into it. Force buy from the T side. It's pretty decent. The AWP for Nifty. 2 AKs, CZ and the UMP. Zeus still stay on his max 7 for now, but this round, huge once again. No one's money established. Back and forth so far. Renegades only posting 1 round, but they're making every single one incredibly tight. Lots of clutches and awkward situations for the Na'Vi side.
He's still out. Hold off with smokes both in front of the drop and at long. They'll push toward the drop room now with a UMP and an AK-47. Recovery from Na'Vi. As you mentioned, their economy getting low. Flamey, our 3rd man to pick up 4 in a round. We saw 1 ace, you and I, over the first 3 days as we enter into, I guess, just into our 3rd day.
Sure.
Zeus takes down JKS. Nifty, good response. Close proximity on Simple. Reasonably close, at least, with the AWP. Terribly thrown smoke from JZ Walkings.
Yeah, you don't like to see that. Oh, the timing.
That too absolutely looks away as soon as Edward walked in.
Well, that was a guaranteed kill there for Azza, but he looks away, of course, the exact second he actually finally commits. They're going to push the smoke. Oh, that's a death sentence itself. Don't have to do this, boys. Flamey continues that form, and the moment you decide to push for a smoke like that, there's no way out of it. You're isolated, you're going to be by yourself, and if you have an instant kill, Flamey was always going to get to. Your teammate has to come with you as well, especially when there's 30 seconds remaining. He just has to go in and hope he gets the refrag. He's got a great screen, hasn't really got the information, not going to be able to communicate that quickly. Nifty, 1 kill this round, looking to save the AWP. Have been some signs of life from Renegades, but this one certainly been shut down. We'll have a look at Nifty's position. Currently in T-spawn, hoping he can hold the AWP, which he probably will.
Well, indeed. Another round of Na'Vi, though, 6-1. As they continue to climb, and this is the time now for the pause for the Renegades. Way hey hey. Way hey hey. Living like a renegade.
I like that.
I wrote it myself.
Flamey, how sick has he been so far? 13 kills, map, 1 death.
Yeah, that's not bad, is it? The one
Pretty
death
good.
would have come in the round that they lost. No, actually it didn't, because he saved in that round, so it came in a round that they won.
Yeah.
So either way, 4 kills.
He got 4
B
kills in the
best.
pistol, 4-man spray down in the B side.
That's true. I forgot he was the one in the pistol
Oh
too. Yeah,
my god,
that's
what a
pretty
game
good.
he's having. He's got double spray down then as well to win the round. So we take a timeout for Renegades. This one, it's short 6-1, but it has been really exciting in terms of the clutches and the huge plays coming in. Renegades decided not to force into this. I thought they certainly would. With the AWP up and Nifty on no money, I thought they'd go around it, CZs and work with his picks, but not opting for that one. Glocks, P250s, and hoping Nifty can find an opening that they capitalize on, hopefully get a bomb down. The round they won, of course, that's when they got the bomb planted, but nothing else apart from that.
Nade down the hallway. Doesn't catch anyone on the inside of it. JZ still pushed up next to the archway, but no one's up beyond the hallway entrance as Ustillo sits with Nifty, the only one with the AWP, the only one with the gun, saved over, just trying to peek down if anyone's going to get aggressive onto the stairwell. Doesn't look like they will. Bit of a stack, by the way, for Na'Vi, even though they are likely against the pistols. That's all due to the fact that Zeus has had nothing his way on the A side. So they'll sit tight with 4 grouped and 5 approaching into B. Simple. We'll start it off. No utility aside from a smoke and a flash. Just one to work with. If the flash catches Simple, it pushes him off the angle. They could flood down to potentially get a bomb plant. Best case scenario. Flash up. Simple's pushed off. Exactly that. But they have to deal with Edward. Too many numbers for Edward to fire at. Sees, responds. Bomb does not get anyone near the site.
It was certainly looking promising there. They get the first pick of the P250. If Nifty hits 1 shot there, probably shuts down at least a couple more frags that came in so quickly there for Na'Vi. But 7-1, we normally say their CT side is lackluster in recent years. Like they normally aim for that 5 round, and it's Guardian that's carrying them through and trying 4 kills every single round to even keep that dream alive. Then the T side, that's when Zeus used to go absolutely nuts. But so far so good. Nifty, no money. P250, 4 AKs around him. Still not looking great here. But see, he saved the weapon on the T side, the AWP, and he got no cash. He got $2,400 into this round. He opted for head armor, some utility, and a P250.
Still watches out toward long A in case anyone wants to push through, but he's slowly backing off to get back to B to join in with the rest of his team. Having a bit of a party without him. Run boost to window, or oh, excuse me, not run boost. I know better than that. It's the slide over peak so that they can see down directly below the windowsill. Because the problem is, as soon as you jump up, that's where a CT normally waits to catch them off. So you mentioned it yesterday, I think it was. A lot of teams taking advantage of that position.
Yeah, yet to see it find a frag, but I like the idea.
It's a smart concept. In theory.
Oh, Steezy, you going for this? No, not brave enough.
Yeah, he may have missed his chance as well because they're already boosted back up.
That'd have been kind of sick. Timing was there. But still, running the timer down. Got the advantage in terms of no real map control apart from Azza. Taken down by Simple, who's looked great so far. They'll go back towards A. It'll be pretty obvious at this point, 30 seconds. Zeus will be guaranteed a frag here. Maybe even more. It's going to be the four-man spray down by the looks of things. Gets 3. Can he finish things off with the USB? Doing damage for JKS. Down to 3 HP. Gets finished off as well. This is looking poor from Renegades, Matt. They didn't really seem to have much to work with here. Azza hoping he can find another 4K in connector. Then 30 seconds remaining. Just rush middle. Where's the map control coming from? Where are the basics? Look at this. There's no flashes or anything. They just run around the corner and hope for the best. All of us. There's got no time left to really do anything with it. Like, your defaults, you want to be heading towards long A first, getting the CTs pushed back and working out what kind of setup they've got on that side of the map. Then you can go show some presence with B. Then if you want to go back, at least you know you've got that intel. But it's a B rush by the looks of things here, with utility as well. C's will be dealing with the first couple of frags here. Edward chimes in as well. Nice shot by Flamey.
Another good headshot. He's got to be cautious though, yeah, because he's still looking up toward long. At the same time, Nifty was already inside of the site. Nifty looks for yet another. He's got 2 on the P250, and that's where it ends. Someone had to put an end to it. Simple is the man to do so. Gets 2 kills, 9-1 now for Na'Vi. That might be Flamey's, what, 3rd death at best?
Second.
Second. It is still the second.
16 kills, 2 deaths. Yeah, he's having a bit of a mad one. So, 5 rounds in a row, maximum loss bonus. Nifty stabilizes his account. You still owe 1 kill, 9 deaths. JZ walk-in. 2 kills, 9 deaths. The new signing. You'd hope these young Swedish talents, they normally, you want to bring them in because they're such sick fraggers. They can have huge impact, like your Drakens and your Reses. But there we go, Yustido finds his 2nd kill. That one's Flamey getting a bit aggressive, and Edwards fighting back though. He's blind, tucks himself in, gets 2 frags. Can he get any more? Surely not. Nifty takes him down with the close range AWP.
Hazard takes down, seized. This wall of smoke still holds off the CTs. The flames extinguished in this round, but it's 2 players still defined. As Simple with the AWP can always be a menace, especially in close areas by which he gets overlooked. Good Zeus push as he gets back through the smoke. This gives Simple a bit of room to fire, but as soon as he does, it brings KFC to become an issue because they can push back out spotted shoulder from Zeus. Tells Simple that there's someone still existing inside of the chicken coop. They're not sure how to approach it though, because they've missed a key shot toward long that's given away the chance to try and push together. They have a crossfire set on the Renegade side. Finally, they solve it, and it's by going backwards and around the tree instead of just straight into the site.
That was looking promising there, but the player at Chicken Coop, I think he had to be a little bit more assertive. Like I think he was pretty low HP, but just sitting there, they knew exactly where you were. Wasn't really helping out his teammate, hoping he would carry the round for him. It did start to fall apart, and it's going to be Simple and Edwards to win the round.
Simple. JKS that's going to go to lower, but Simple is long, AWP in hand. Edward gives up position on drop, but having put seized up inside of a smoke, he's in perfect position to flank around because it looks increasingly like they're going to go on to A. Simple's pushed back. Sadly, that nade didn't bounce correctly.
Well, this is better though. We have got long A control and middle as well. They're not going to be running up mid-ramp just as a four-man unit hoping for the best. This could be an execution now. The smoke's available. Long A control granted as well. They can go for the set piece. I think that's the plays they need to go for now. Let's just get the wall of smokes in. Let's start doing that. Let's allow our star players to have some map control here. Smokes are down. Got to find these frags here. They get the trade. That's fine. Can they shut down Simple though? That's the key one. Yes, they can. Nice shot by Azza.
Good shot from Zeus though to get back into him. It swings out. Sprays down all three, 2 from long, bomb as well, and it's only JKS remaining. Seized had been boosted as mentioned, and he's quick on the flank. Takes them down 11-1. Na'Vi are battering, bruising, and dominating Renegades.
They are. The only round
Couldn't
they
think
picked
of
up.
another B.
No. No, I can't help you there either. Where was I going with that? What was my point?
I'm sorry, I really mean to completely wrecked you right there. I'm sorry.
So Renegades, any round they picked up so far is with that eco victory from Azza towards the connector. They haven't really had much to write home about since then. They had a few good rounds they've traded and managed to at least get to a site. They've had 1 plant, 2 including the round they won. That was the eco victory as I just described. 1 disconnected from TeamSpeak. That's Renegades. We'll have a technical time at this point. But yes, Na'Vi looking very comfortable here. We'll have a look at the frag chart. 16 for Flamey, 3 deps. Zeus, 13 kills. He's looking very good on the A side as well, I have to say. 10 for Edward. All had their moments, really. Simple, 9 kills. Quite one for him, but still having significant impact. Cassard now.
Boston Celtics fan, apparently.
There he is, the big man. Man of the plan.
Man with all the plans. Major winner, did it without his organization that farmed him from 2009.
Yeah. So, we did say, or I said at least, I want to see more set pieces. I want to see walls of smoke. I want to see flashbangs deployed. Oh, see, this could be such a sick flank. They're going to be rushing all the way up the platform.
Second time he's done it. He's going to be up there in time. Quick time. Flamey down at the rock. Another death for him. You can count those on one hand still. Seized, though, as you mentioned, is perfect. He gets in behind JKS. Down he goes. Spots up Nifty. And you still out. Dead as well.
Oh, it's difficult to get excited about this one. I thought that eco victory, I thought that's it. They're back into it. Now they'll sink their teeth into this first half, but Jay-Z Walking's 2 kills. Yustillo, 2 kills. Like, no one's really bragging for them right now. There's no signs of life in the last, how many rounds in a row now? 8. 12-1. Need 12-3 here to even have a chance on Cobblestone. This is their map pick as well. This is Renegade's option to play this map, and right now I'm not really sure why. So we head into round number 14. Nifty, no head armor, but he has got the AWP. JKS with mid control, trying to find the first pick. Spotted though, down to 70 points of health. He needs to try and get this kill in his favor. There it is, something to work with now as we go towards B. 5 on 3. Situations have gone wrong for them before, but now we're getting somewhere. 2 kills coming in. Surely Edward doesn't ace this out. He does get 2 kills. Things become problematic. 26 HP. Looking into the wall there, trying to get a sound cue, trying and work out where they're heading.
JKS.
If they lose this match, it's just... Just call the GG.
Yeah, well, yeah, okay, I'm with you on that one.
Just type it in.
Can we do it like the Artosis style? I'll do the first G, you do the second one.
All right.
Okay. Edward. You can go first if you want.
I don't think it's going to happen. I think he's just trying to limit their money for the next round.
Certainly so. 26 HP, not really a chance in it. They've got plenty of money, honey. On the Renegade side, a little bit less so. Every kill beneficial at this point in time. He's not really hunting actively for them. He's hoping they're going to exit in his direction. No indication of which way they're going just yet. One player at the bottom mid position. They're actually going to go through connector. So smart call. They will not be confronted. All 3 guns will stay alive. But the round, importantly, goes to Renegades. As we head into round 15, they'll also have weapons to try and find a third. Did Edward? I guess it doesn't matter because they have $1 million anyway, but it looked like he tried to press E on the op and didn't get it.
He
they
keeps
could
the
buy
AK.
one anyway. Yeah, keeps the AK on the CT side, and then they buy one anyway, so it's fine.
Yeah, they can buy the orb, but can't buy an AK, so definitely worth keeping that.
It's true. It's a good point.
Round number 15. I said 12-3 Renegades. I haven't completely lost hope if they get that. 13-2, not so sure. Or take one hell of a CT side with even a 12-3. They'll be looking fantastic. Because individually, that's where they've really wrecked them. Just the huge plays. Like, there have been some rounds where it was up for debate who was going to win it. But Flamey, Edward, and Zeus as well with some heroics. Finding them in this huge scoreline.
See? Nades down, Molotov inside a drop as well. Flamey that's getting aggressive. Edward and Zeus therefore decide, well, we probably should help him out. So they're going to get in position at long as well. Zeus decides better of it, knowing that you still on Azar have now dropped down. Flamey's gone so far up, he could have heard it. JC Walking's gun sticking out, just a sitting duck. As Flamey is able to get the kill. Confirms as well there's no one else toward B tunnels as of yet, at least not in a pushed fashion. So if they drop down, they're going to be sitting toward the window, and Ustillo is at least able to trade back, but not before Azza found the kill.
Nice, the Zeus purchases the Zeus in this round as well, just a note.
Yeah, they did purchase the Zeus from Gambit, actually.
Nice. Well, JKS with a chance.
I always say that so unimpressed. Nice. Yeah, thanks for that.
Because you say JKS is the best clutch up from the Australian region. We'll see whether he can do anything with the 3 versus 1. I think he gets this kill for sure. Now it's interesting. He's 4 kills total, and Edward offers himself up at 15 seconds. He has got the bomb. He's getting planted, fakes it out. They don't take the bait, unfortunately. And now he finds himself in a horrible position. Bloody hell.
We've broken the set. A horrible position indeed. It's not a bit, well...
Is it broken? Is it done?
You know, I think it was already off the screen anyway, so even though it fell down, it's not going to change the picture any. We're fine, Henry.
All right. Well,
for those of you playing along at home, just breaking things as always. It is 13-2, speaking of broken. Renegades struggling to get rolling on their T side. Na'Vi tore them apart. Flamey especially. Such a good half from him. Ends up with 19 and 6. Edward's not far behind with 15 kills, but everyone's been in there at some point in time.
And here we go. The second half will begin momentarily. Jay-Z Walkins, 3 kills. I really wanted to see him step up today after we kind of called him out on the desk, but hasn't really... He's got a nice mustache, I'll give him that.
So do you.
Well,
I remember yours in November last year.
I'll be coming back this year, don't worry. Striking, I would say.
Are you starting now?
I might have to.
I'll give you immunity to that. I'll give you diplomatic immunity for organizing the event. Right? I'll say Henry G has been working on this. Since you're actually physically working on the charity now, I think that's fair. You can start now.
So I start now, and I'll get like 2 months in everyone, and still I look like I'm clean shaven on the start of November. Henry, I thought you said you started. Well...
I didn't. I lied.
Might do that. I might just do a goatee for now. Ooh. You okay?
Yeah, I thought I was falling off the chair.
All right, let's see if Renegades can do anything here as we get into the second half. They need this pistol. I think you're probably aware of that. Zeus aggressive towards long A, pushes them back. 4-man stack towards B. Looks like they're counter boosting here, but C's ready for it. Does some damage, can't find the frag just yet.
Flamey was fantastic on the pistol round for Na'Vi. It's JKS that wants to try and do the duty this time. He's already spotted up 1, taking the headshot. He's 3 overall, but it is Flamey that answers back. A little bit early, JZ, I have to say. They're not quite that close for the pop flash to be effective. He gets simple back, but immediately traded. He was the one in connector as well, so he was supposed to be the magic plan.
Well, the thorn in Renegade's side, it's Flamey. He's still alive. He's got a silenced USP as well. We saw what he did in that in the first half pistol. 3-on-2 sure, but this still could go horribly, horribly wrong as Siege finds another kill. Down to the 2 versus 1. Siege not in his best form recently, but this would be a message to the haters. You can win this round out. Maybe a sign of things to come. 2 frags so far. Got the decoy in his back pocket. Just dropped that for the sake of it. Doesn't really do much.
No, didn't do anything. Hopefully maybe baiting out something. I'm not sure. Maybe there was a thought process behind it, or he just decided to throw it for the sake of it because bomb's down inside of his site. He's got 7 seconds to work with. And in he goes. Crossfire established, well established at that, but they're not peeking. Which gives them a bit of room to try to get in further. I was kind of hoping for his sake with the information we had, obviously, in X-Ray, that he would wrap behind the APC, but he didn't know that, and he walks directly into where they were looking. So it is going to be Renegades picking up the pistol round. They have to build on this. Goes without saying, I think, but I'll say it anyway because it's my job.
Presumably they force into this second round. They do indeed. CZs, Tech 9s, PD50s, Armor, 1 smoke, now 2. Flamey joins in as well. Renegades to hold with 4 UMPs and an M4. These rounds can come crushing down around you. See what happens. No damage inflicted just yet. Looks like another default towards the A side of the map, and Jake has to hold them off. Spots 1, falls back. HE in hand. Bomb though, still in the B halls. He'll drop a smoke. JKS that is, to buy him some time. Still by himself on that side of the map. The rotation comes in from Nifty.
Bomb still waits inside of the tunnels.
Got 2 smokes available. And we have all 5 players towards B as well. So, what can we find with this smoke? Do we smoke off the platform? Do we just go for the actual bomb site itself and try and sneak a plant in? JZ Walkings. Not had the best game so far. See if he can step up here. Spots one. Okay, it's going to get any better for him.
No, he's struggling for sure. Just a few nades. Shots as well. Gonna get found. Does actually pull back with a pistol to get a kill. He gets another as well. Bomb down. That'll save his situation because it's just Zeus remaining and he's nowhere near the bomb because of it. So he goes down and Renegades collect 2 in a row with 3 remaining.
Something to work with here. The grind begins. Renegades win the pistol. Negate the force buy in the second round as well. Has to be the full eco now for Na'Vi, but still within touching distance of closing this one out. Chance to farm some cash here. A couple of PT-50s purchased for Na'Vi. No nades, no armor. And JKS and Nifty might be pushing middle here, trying to find the frags, but we know what happened to Simple and Zeus when they tried this in the previous half. Went horribly wrong, and JKS found 4 kills. Oh god, it could be happening again.
Could well be. It'd be a huge problem if they did. It's only the MP9 so far for Flamey that he has to work with on 30 HP. Edward's taking the long rotation back toward the tunnels. B looks like the intended target. Ustillo instead of JZ Walkings on the platform. Due to the fact that he has the M4, he has the range. But no one to fire at just yet.
Still. They bide their time. JKS the loaded 8. He'll hold behind the APC. Bit risky considering coming towards middle, but he'll be checking that. There we go, the jump as well, just to buy some time. Good nade.
Yeah, that's going to punish them. That's going to absolutely punish them. 2 headshots, nade damage aplenty, takes down all but 1. It's just Simple remaining again, has the MP9, but 49 seconds. Not really much he's going to be able to do with it. Gets taken down. JKS with the rounds, so now we get into the gun round for Na'Vi. Now is the chance for them to take back control of the game. Just 3 rounds, that's all they need, so they'll be smart as well. If they don't get a good opening, we might see some discipline, as we saw from Cloud9. Early save calls, perhaps.
Nice job by JKS. 13-5. Not outside the realms of possibility now. We'll see what they can do. Nifty the first frag. Aggressive, of course, towards middle. Getting stuck on the wall. Got a little bit dicey, but he survived. Drops a smoke. And Flamey, of course, through the smoke. He'll capitalize on that pick. Oh, decides not to push through. But he's going for it. It's Jay-Z with the UMP on the upper platform. Always a bit of a dicey situation to be in. Back towards B now. With the equal situation. Jay-Z and Azza alone in B.
He's heard the tag. He heard the tag on Flamey from the Molotov thrown. Incendiary, rather, but he's got to be cautious. He's backed off already. He's not confident to take the fight because he lost the angle. He was pushed off the stairwell. Still, Flamey gets found again. It's Azza that's got the shot. And this will force Na'Vi back into reconsideration, at least. So Jay-Z's at least being a menace. He wants the AK, he'll get it. He may not be efficient in finding frags immediately when they walk in, but staying alive, he's causing a bit of problem. Azza nearly gets found, though. That would have cost them a good lead. A 1-man advantage, now down to 21 HP, but Zeus commits to drop to chase it, which means now they effectively commit to B because no one over toward A, and Jay-Z rotating back over. It's a lovely shot that time.
Yeah, there we go. 4-on-2. Surely it's the round now. 30 seconds remaining. Shouldn't be much Na'Vi can do about this, but there's the butt. Spotted of Azza. But Nifty there to pick up the pieces. The bomb now out of reach of Simple. Surely he can't do anything with this. 15 seconds remaining. No bomb. 3 frags to find, but if ever there was a man to make this work, Simple would be it. But JKS locks him down. There we go. 4 rounds in a row now for Renegades. Timeout coming in. Na'Vi trying to sweat a little bit here. Still obviously huge advantage, but the win bit of buy here. Take a partial buy with maximum loss bonus into the next round. Here's the first shot from Nifty. That was a lovely shot. Flashed as well.
This is a round in which they could buy pistols if they wanted to on the Na'Vi side, but they're about to get 4 rounds now. They're about to get, if they lose the next one, the max loss bonus. So how much investment do they want to save for the following? And it will be just pistols so far. Flamey goes on to a Deagle. Simple's elected for a P250. P250 is still viable. I think that's been one of the most consistent pistols, in my opinion,
Yep.
in terms of its balance.
Absolutely. A few of those out. Partial buy for sure. A few smokes, flashbangs, PD50s, and a Deagle flamey. Menace with that weapon. Rushing middle very quickly indeed. Simple to try and find this first kill. JKS normally solo on the A site, falls back. They're going to be eco at this point, so doesn't want to give himself up for free. Pulls the rotations, Nifty drops the smoke, and see if he can back up the JKS here. Certainly can. Nice shot.
Yeah, saves him. JKS was about to get isolated by Zeus pinching behind. JKS does manage for one more, but Nifty's got problems because he's gone down, and Edward finds both. Thankfully, as is rotated in early. So back through the smoke finds Flamey, and Jay-Z's quick on the case to rotate in from Connector as well. 7 rounds now, Renegades, but this is the gun by, again, Simple immediately onto the AWP. Is Flamey thinking about it? It's not who I would have pegged to be the second AWP player, and I can't imagine the last time I even saw Flamey buy one, so he does go onto the AK, thankfully. Well, that would have been another wrench in the system of our unorthodox oppers for today. We've seen enough of those on Cloud9.
We did, indeed. Wow, full buy now for Na'Vi. Simple on the AWP, of course. And default round comes in. Na'Vi just looking to close this one out as quickly as possible. Getting a little bit uncomfortable now with 5 rounds in a row in the second half of Renegades. And this is where they do their best work and why they picked Cobblestone. Not over yet. Not until it's the 16 at the very top. Still, let's take each round as it comes and think about the top and hopefully get back into it. That's the mindset of Renegades right now.
So the op for Nifty stays with JKS. 56 seconds, Na'Vi starting to go back to the more traditional, slower pace on their T side once they have guns established. Flamey, as always, is the one to investigate and interrogate toward. Really choke points this time, in this case being danger. Utility starts to reveal based on sound cue that there is activity toward A, and as is reasonably close inside of connectors, we just saw inside of the HUD. So we can get there as quick as needed. That is not how trigonometry works, to bounce a flash out the doorway, and as such, Nifty has full vision, fires back into Seized. Zeus gets one onto JKS, but Nifty doubles up on the AWP, and he's got a chance to line up more because he's got perfect position back in the sight. Simple down as well, and Nifty jumps back above. 4 kills for the young man, who in-game leads, has joined the team late, and he's now got Renegades in a much better position. 5 away, but money again the factor.
Yeah, that's really nice. I have to say, from Renegades, Nifty, especially with that AWP, hitting every single shot required. I think Na'Vi would have been struggling to get the bomb down there as well. They had 10 seconds remaining when they finally committed, so unless they got all the kills straight away, the round was done for regardless. Number 22 now, 6 in a row. Zeus though with an early kill out of nowhere. That's JKS going down of all people. Why is he taking that aggressive angle? Was he assuming they'd be on eco? Very aggressive. Let me just go check exactly where he died. He's crossing towards danger, took the challenge, but yeah, got his head blown off. 3 AKs, Deagles. Not the full investment here from Na'Vi, a partial buy for sure. But this could be working out for them. Nifty goes towards long A, and that's where Zeus is waiting.
Bird close to the wall, gap in the flames. Couldn't quite find the shot though, and Jay-Z Walkings takes a more bold approach to be sure to get back things on a level foot. Get things back onto a level foot, if we want to speak English. And this is what we expect from Na'Vi whenever there's guns in their hands. Slow but steady. It's Zeus that's evaluating A. Alone for the moment. Nifty does have the op still on that side of the map, and we know how menacing he can be. We saw a perfect display of it previously, but he's not exactly watching out long right now, and has this rotated off, so he's completely alone. If they find this the boost. Henry, you said you'd not seen it work. Well, they've made it work this time, although they trip over each other to get back out the archway of the window. That gives JC a chance to get in position. Good time for him to show up because he gets a headshot onto Flame. He's seized, immediately responds though. That opens up the connector, isolates Nifty.
Here he comes.
You can isolate him all you like, but you still gotta kill him. He's found Simple again on the opening with the op. A little bit too close that time as Zeus able to get the shot back immediately, and Ustillo has to clutch this back. 9 seconds, they're just barely going to get the plant down, or are they? Where's the jump? He's gotta make, okay, he did make it over the wall.
He's got a good position here. That's the guaranteed frag. There it is. Zeus goes down. Sees low HP as well. Like we said, not in the best of form recently, but he has snuck towards APC. Okay, now he does know. But say if Caesar stayed there, didn't throw a grenade, he would have been absolutely fine. But Ustilo wins this. Okay, apparently not a lovely shot from Caesar. I wasn't expecting that. Takes him down. Relief there from the coach. Didn't feel that promising, considering he had such low HP, but there it is, 14-8. Here's the initial shot there. JKS going down. That's a weird position to die when you've only got the M4.
Well, weird position to die when you've only got the M4. Good shot over top of the hood of the car from Seized. Gave himself away with that nade as well. Thought he could catch him off guard with the flash. But this is the important facet of this. 6 rounds in a row, 1 to Na'Vi. And it's one that could switch momentum, but it could still hinder them. That's why they call the timeout, because this is reset with a 1v1 situation. They don't have a ton of money to work with.
Money not great for Renegades either, to be fair.
True enough. They have kept them honest.
UMP's coming out. Ustilo's dropped the orb for Nifty. He's been the powerhouse in the second half. But if they lose this round, that's it, it's done. It'll be 15-8 and their money will be non-existent. They had 6 rounds in a row here in the second half, making the game competitive at least, after the 13-2 first half. Here we go, this is huge. Renegades aggressive as Ustilo, trying to spray some damage through the upper platform, but nothing connecting just yet. That nade hits him in the face, and he does 29 damage, so he's okay in that respect. All for Nifty this time towards B.
Seized. Backs off ever so slightly after a bit of a confrontation out toward Long at B, trying to jostle over position. Jimmy and jostle. He still wants him to drop. Ustilo's shoulder just shows as the smoke dissolves. It nearly worked out for Seized in terms of timing to find the first kill in an attempt to get map point for Na'Vi. Down they go. Too quick to commit. I think Ustilo takes down Seized. Zeus backs off. Nade will go under the archway. That'll give him some space to escape, but Flamey good shot. JZ Walkings again. That evens things up. That's an M4 picked up for Azler as a result of it, but JKS takes down Edward. That's a huge scalp to find because he could sit at stables and start to pinch them in, especially if the rotations get toward the door fast enough. Azler's in position as well to play off of it.
Yeah, time running low again, and Azler finding frags. That should be it. Na'Vi not looking too inspired here on this terrorist half. It's Zeus with an almost redundant frag here. He's got 8 seconds, no bomb, and his teammates fall around him. Renegades with the double full reset. It could be a double eco.
Yeah, money is a huge factor in the fact that they themselves, as you mentioned, were low and vulnerable to being broken and playing into that point, but justifying the buy back into it. They break back down Na'Vi, who will have to sit. They've still got time, but not a lot of it. They're getting a lot closer in this situation. Renegades are fighting for double digits. As you said yesterday, that's sort of the first task to come back in any situation.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a milestone. One more round should do it. A force buy from Na'Vi. Definitely could be the window of opportunity. I would say not even required at this point, but trying to strike back and reset Renegades at the same time. I guess they've still got a weaker by themselves, UMPs, and after reinvesting the nades, down to about $500 per player. Na'Vi know if they can steal this one away, like they did before. And they've only got 1 round so far, Matt, and that was with the force buy of 2 AKs and Deagles. Very similar buy here. This could be the one that wins the game, though.
Good win, finds back, JKS gets seized. So with the unexpected guns of Na'Vi, they now find themselves 3 men down, Simple and Zeus. The brains and the brawn. The brawn gone, it's all about the brains. To be fair, the brawn's only got 10 kills in this. Simple struggling to get rolling on Cobblestone. Nifty will find Zeus immediately after he gets only 1 kill in the round. We are into the double digits, and this time, I'll say with authority, there's not much money left on Na'Vi at all.
Yes, they won't be force buying into this round. Their loss bonus starting to get back up there. It's the 2nd stage right now. Take a full EK here, it'll be a 3rd, so 2K per player. This is now seeming realistic for the Renegades. They lost the first half 13-2, but you can see now as to why they picked Cobblestone. The city side seems to be very strong indeed. I thought it was over, including myself, but now, from what I've seen from Na'Vi, not winning a single gun round here. maybe a little bit out of their depth. We did know on the analysis, they pointed it out, that the map pool is always a bit sketchy for Na'Vi. The addition of Zeus and trying to bring Simple into that main AWP role as well. There's a lot of work to do there. Haven't had a ton of time. We go towards A. Full eco. Should be quite a simple procedure over the CTs. JKS and Nifty doing what they do best. They find 3 kills in total. Simple frags back with the PG-50 there, but I don't think the bomb will be going down as it retreats, and JZ walk-in sort of finds the 4th. Just Simple now. B-halls. Not really much you can do with this.
Down immediately. Yeah, now he's got to start feeling a little bit of stress at this point. Only picked up 1 single round this half. It's almost reverse Na'Vi. Like we say, they normally get 5 rounds CT side and then struggle. Or rather, struggle to get any more than that and come close on T side. That's obviously switched. As of late in this game in particular, as Edward goes on to a little the rest on AKs. Nifty again on the AWP, but this time goes aggressive. We've not seen this from him yet. Catch off Na'Vi, perhaps, if they were on that side of the map. Instead, they're over toward B. It's Ustillo that waits at the half-broken wall. He'll jump up, flash in, everyone blind. They know they've touched. They know there's contact made, and Ustillo, JC Walking's help, is able to get the better of it. Not only that, he's transferred 2 more good headshots. Where's the kills from Na'Vi? There aren't any. It's Simple in a 1 versus 5. He's down to 2. He's got a 3rd. All headshots. He better show up. Better late than never. Bomb is down 1 versus 2. Spots another, nearly gets a free shot because the nade was thrown. But just barely. JZ Walkings gets back in behind the statue, and they'll be screaming, "Don't peek." Play this together. Play the time. 1 minute and 5. Smokes off bomb, but won't go for it. He's hoping JZ Walkings will perhaps think that he is and make a move to his detriment. A Simple picks up bomb. He's got 56 seconds still to play. It would be a 1 versus 5. Flash over. JZ checks long. Doesn't fully commit to the shoulder. Simple knows he can get closer and closer, but also knows toward the door is where the other player exists. Perfectly baited, knew exactly what was going to happen. Fires at Nifty's AWP, and JZ walks directly into it. It's down to a 1-on-1.
What a nightmare situation this could be. 1 versus 5. Simple, of course. It's him. 30 seconds to play with here. Starts walking towards A. This could be where it falls apart for him, though. Not going to have that much time to get to the side itself. Has to start running. Gets himself far enough on the side to actually guarantee that he can make it. Running through long A. Oh, Nifty, he's still watching B. He's going to be so far removed, the disadvantage now as he does look towards A. Oh, he'll have the gap map. Oh, just looks away as he crosses as well.
Simple considered it. Shoulder bait before crossing stables. He's going to get the bomb down. Nifty knew he couldn't leave B because he knows that Simple will play every mind game available to him. And he's done exactly that. A 1 versus 5 down to a 1 versus 1. Bomb planted. And Simple, he's holding a close enough angle that the op shouldn't be a factor. Only way that it is if it came up mid. If it followed Simple all the way around the map, it's not. Nifty's going to get closer and closer. Simple sees it, and Simple capitalizes. A 1 versus 5 to find map point to bail out Na'Vi.
Not even that much excitement over there. I thought they'd be screaming. There it is. Smile on his face, 1v5. Take that to the bank. Oh my goodness, how has he done that? That's nuts, man. It was actually a proper 1-on-5 as well. Just when it seemed like it was going so well for the Renegades side, that happens. What a play. That's the play of the tournament so far, for sure. And it gives them match point. It's so gutting to recover from that when you're having such a stellar half as well. You're only giving away 1 round. You're 9-1 up. And then he does that. Simple. We always say it, one of the world's most talented Counter-Strike players. Completely shuts down Renegades. You can see them panicking at that point. Jay-Z, like you said, is saying, being told not to face, but you know Simple, he's going to find you. And now here we are.
Such a smart way to bait out Jizzy as well. He knew exactly what was going on. He saw the flash come and he's like, okay, all I have to do is get him to take a step. How do I do that? Well, peek the other one.
Well, if they don't close things out here, I'd say overtime's very likely. See if Na'Vi can finish it off. That was their 2nd round in the second half here. What a play, though. That's just legendary, isn't it? That's just like, that's something else. Na'Vi have looked out of their depth here on the second half, but you've got to admire that sort of play here. And we have got 1 player towards the upper platform, Jay-Z. Does he feel like going any further? Does he dare? On the upper platform, steps it, spots the elbow, Simple. Flashbang comes in, he was aware that could be a possibility. Ducks down. This is a boost he's doing right now to try and find the first pick, but he knows Jay-Z's there. Wants to take him down. Of course he nails it. Simple. Looking hot right now.
Forget that you ever had a head, Jay-Z.
They don't have to commit here. Zeus finds a frag, and that could be it now.
That's good enough because it will open up a lot of room in the side. Simple's got another. He was slow to get into the game, but what an incredible play to keep them alive, to keep them on map point and give them effectively the win because they'll get it 16-11 over Renegades. Map 1. It was 10-5 at half, so it wasn't exactly as smooth as they would have liked on the terrorist side, but...
It was 13-2 at half.
13-2 at half, you're right, I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I'm sorry,
Just
I was
to make
doing
sure
it
you got correct.
backwards. It was 13-2 at half.
Yeah.
Dear Lord me.
And then they struggled
That's right,
to
it was
get back
14-11 and I looked and said they had one round and for some reason I did that to the 11 and you added like it was 10.
That's still huge. Without that 1v5 clutch, they'd probably take that to overtime, or at least they could have still won the game. Na'Vi looked like they were floundering on the second half.
It's funny because we had a bunch of like 4-man kills with eco rounds and I was like, someone's surely going to get an ace. Didn't think it would be like that though. That is...
To save the game as well from a 13-2 half. Like, what a storyline that is. So, that was Renegade's map pick, and it goes against them. We move on to Train next.
Yeah.
Which is where Na'Vi should close things out, but we never know. This team seems to have ups and downs. They're definitely not a solid unit just yet. They've got a lot of talent available, but the setups and the roles don't seem that established as of yet. So I'm sure we've got a few more twists and turns as we'll take a break, Matthew, and see what happens.
Sounds good to me.
All right.